Justin Johnson qualified in the top 22, but you're going to be starting there at the tail end. What happened after qualifying?
We were sitting down here and had to go through tech after the top 22. Had to go through tech and had to go through quite an obstacle course to get to the tech building and turned the wheel too sharp and pinched off the brake line.
Yeah, is that really going to affect any game plan you had going in today at all?
I mean, it's like giving away 9 positions that we earned, on the track. I don't know if they would have allowed us to, push it around or something and got all the tents and stuff out of the way, we would have been able to get to the tech build no problem. But we're the only one that had the problem and no one else did, so it's something we need to work on and get it where that can't happen in the future.
Yeah, and you can still win the race. You think this car is going to race really good today?
Oh yeah, this is an excellent race car. It's the best thing I've ever driven here by far. That shows in how we qualified. We're not usually the best of qualifiers, but I want to thank FTJ Motorsports, John West Race Engines. It's been an excellent car all year and excellent engines. PreRace Tank Lines for all his support.
Here with Kenny Forbes, you've had a pretty good car all weekend. You had a heck of a battle over Brandon Dean in his heat race. You're going to the main event here in a little while.
That's right. We came last week, had a really good practice. Got back this weekend, had a little bit of struggles in the Friday and Saturday morning practice. Came in qualified about 39th. Not the best qualifying effort, but got us in a pretty good starting spot for the heat race. Started 5th and got up to 4th pretty early. Me and Brandon battled, got back to 5th. Got back by him because of a caution and just held on to 4th place for the rest of the race and had a good battle with Brandon. Hated for Brandon Godovic. He missed a shift, I think, on the last restart there and put him back a couple positions. But it worked out for us and had a pretty clean race for a heat race. I got to thank Old Dominion Packaging, the sponsor, Dale Design, Custom. I thank God for that. So I'll be here. Mom, Dad, Marty, DJ, Dennis Johnson Motors. Got Awesome Power. Winston Brooks, Cups crew chief in the shop. Jeremy Burnett, he's my spotter / crew chief this weekend. Just a great week for everybody. Hopefully we can make a good showing in the final race.
Here's John King, winner of the first heat race right here. So you did jump start a little, but this car's been good the whole time you've been here.
Yeah, well, it's good. I wasn't real sure what we'd have after qualifying. You never know coming back the next day. It was good enough to stay out front, so we'll see what happens in the future.
Do you think it's going to be good for the main event?
I think it'll be pretty good. We got a little bit snug in the center, but short of that, this thing's on the rails, so we'll see.
Here with Ryan Wilson. Corey had bad luck, had to put a motor in his car, and it come to an end here quick in a heat race.
Yeah, it's just been a heck of a weekend for us guys. The guys have worked really hard all weekend, got the motor changed out with hardly no practice, but I guess that's what happens in the heat races. We shouldn't have been in the heat race to begin with. Last year we made the race, and we'll be better next year, I promise you that. We just shouldn't have been in the heat race to begin with. There's a lot of guys that just don't know what they're doing out there. I'm not going to blame anybody but myself. I mean, I was the one racing around those guys. It was my own fault, so we just don't need to be in the heat race from now on.
Got Brad Kurth here. What heat race were you in?
Second.
You were in the second heat race, yeah, with Stacey Pruitt there in the big show for tomorrow. You were disappointed you didn't make the top 22 start on the pole there, but like you said, instead of being 24th, you could have been 68.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you looking forward to now?
Well, just a clean run. Hopefully make it through halfway and see what we got. I mean, we had a little better car than 4th right there, but my car was a little free in, so I just got trying to get in line and go with what I had. I feel like I had a good second place car if we had stayed stretched out. The double refiles killed me, so we got in line. But right here, we're just going to try to make it halfway and see what happens after that.
How much running a heat race and back there where you were back there near the transfer spot, how much you got to drive looking in your mirror there?
Oh, I drove quite a bit right there, just until I got single file. Once I got out, once we got single file, I knew I was all right. But you drive with the mirror a little bit.
Billy Kingery, you told me yesterday you were going to get up on the wheel. You got up on the wheel today.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, this old crew right here, we don't quit digging, and I don't quit digging. I figure if I get in the show, man, I'll try to dodge some carnage and put myself in a position for a top 10. Like I told you, man, I'm going for it, all out.
Yeah, and there's no reason not to. You always come here and you always come say balls to the wall pretty much every time you race.
That's exactly right, brother. Get with the redneck crew, we're rocking.
Stacey Pruitt here to win here in the heat race. You know this car's good. You're racing a big show here in a little bit.
Yeah, we were so disappointed that we didn't make it top 22. Got a good car, good crew chief Sammy Houston. Knew we should have been there, and we proved it in a heat race. Phenomenal car. Not gonna make any adjustments. Not even gonna put no tires on it. We'll line up and go, and it was pretty awesome. Thanks Sunshine Mills, Heritage House, and PreRace Race Car.
here, Brandon Butler, had to run a heat race, and you didn't think you really should have been in one. You've had one of the better cars here since it's been tested in practice, but you showed it was a good car there.
Yeah, I tell you, man, the Tire X McRae Electric Chevrolet was pretty sporty. I think we got a good piece. I think we can get to the front in the main race. We just got to stay out of trouble. You know, that's the main thing here. But got to thank all these guys, Danny Cox Race Engines, A&E Race Cars. We got a pretty sporty hot rod, so I'm excited. Hopefully we can stay up, get it up there.
Yeah, and we got double file. It's hard to win this race starting from a heat race. Phil Warren, I think, is the only one to do it. With a double file restart, it can be done now, can it?
It can be done. I don't know if we're quite good enough for that, but we're pretty damn good. So we're going to see if we can stay out of trouble. Maybe we'll be there at the end.
I'll have a fourth gear that race.
Look, just shake it again. Got no gear shifter here going on. What it means, start the very back right there, come all the way up and make the big show.
I feel very good. They told my spot to race back to the line, and I just started digging. I don't know if we finished second or fifth, but it's good to be in the show finally. It's awesome. Feels really good for my crew. Hopefully we'll get this gear situation fixed and we'll go on from the last place, or I don't know where the hell we're going to start then.
Well, what do you think you got a good car for the main race, though?
This was just another practice session, what it felt like to me. So I know what we got to do. We made an adjustment during the break session, during the work session. It was not very good. Somehow we still made the field, and we know what we got to do to go on.
Here's Jonathan Cash, dominated that race right there. You felt yesterday you should have been in the top 22 anyway. Looks like the long cars are really running good here with you and Setzer.
Yeah, so we're pretty good. Just need to get a little better there. Was a little free, so I think on long runs we need to tighten it up a little bit, but I think we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, how hard were you running there with Ramsey? Like he got up on your bumper, was he running a little bit harder than you was wanting to maybe?
Yeah, I was, but he's definitely a good car. He's going to be in the top 10 for the days over also, so I think he had two really good cars that finished 1 and 2.
Mangled front end, radiator destroyed, everything shoved over, looks like the horns, the clip, everything done. What did you see and feel?
Well, I tell you, we got in the corner down there on the inside, and the 5 car got down on me and cut a right front tire, and then it shoved up the racetrack from there, and then wasn't anything I could do then. It was just just a melee of cars coming, and when you're that far up front and got all them cars to dodge you, you're not gonna miss them all. But I hate it for the crew, and everybody works on the car all this week to get it in the show, and end up like this. But this is part of it, and we'll see what happens.
Normally things are kind of calm up front where you're at in the top 10 or so. What is everybody telling the crews back up? Are the crews telling the drivers rain's coming or something? I mean, why is everybody quite so aggressive, especially up front here today?
Well, I don't know. There was a couple cars up there that was kind of holding up some of the cars in the back, like, myself, and couldn't get around, got hung up in the high line, and that time we got on the bottom. And like I said, Brendan Poole, we just got together right there, and when he come down and he cut the right front, and coming up off the corner like that, you need that right front to turn, and there was no turn, and it was heading.
All right, here with Brendan Poole, you had a good car, and this car could have won the race. You and Shay Lockhart got it. What happened there in that wreck?
I have no idea. He just got into us in the left rear, started to spin out. But I about had it saved, and I think another person came in there and flipped us, and we went into the wall head on, tore the car all up. But it's just part of racing. Just one of those things that happens. It's going to happen to you every once in a while. I feel bad for the guys that worked real hard. We had a real great race car, and I definitely think we could have been in the top 10 somewhere, realistically. So, we'll just have to see. We got to focus on Rockingham coming up, and we got to go there and run good and contend for this UAR championship.
Lead podium leader here at halfway, right there at lap 50. You've been riding behind field. You got on the outside and hung one of them lap after lap. We just seen what the cars got in it right there. Give it a little test.
Yeah, that thing's pretty awesome. I just dropped back eventually. I let off of it down the straightaway after I led a couple laps, but he was beating on me pretty good there on the left side. I didn't want to cut a left side tire, but if he had been racing me a little cleaner, we'd have got by him. But that's racing, dude. This is Martinsville. This is awesome. Just got a really good race car today.
Yeah, and like you told them people, you told Pit Road Radio that he's beating you up off the corner like you're getting down the straightaway and getting in the corner really good, but he's beating you just a tad bit off.
Yeah, he just rotates a little better than me up off the corner, but my car really get in and rotate into the center. And at the beginning of the race, it was the opposite way, and we're gonna make a few adjustments here and free that thing up off, and I think we'll be good.
One word question: you got more left in the tank in this thing?
I think so. It's I've been riding pretty good. Just it's awesome out here, cool. Not even got a sweat on, and man, just really good race car.
Yeah, these guys, Charlie and Robert Long, these guys done a great job. I appreciate the opportunity from Romeo Gas people. They've provided us a good car this weekend. have to see how it goes in the second half. We've got a few adjustments we can make. We're not 100% on the chassis right now, and trying a few little things. These guys are as good as I've ever seen late model stock ranks to be racing with, so I appreciate the opportunity.
Everyone else had a good car there and just dropped out here in the garage, and they're going, what happened?
I think the throttle hung off into 3. It's really a shame because, I mean, we were just kind of messing around with them playing the invert. I think we were easily 2/10 quicker than anybody here, you know, not trying to take anything away from anybody else, but the thing was just real fast, and throttle hung, and we'll go on to rock to him and make sure it don't happen again, and just really thankful for all my guys, and the thing was real sporty. It's a shame when stuff like that happens, but we'll have that in big time auto racing.
Here with Tommy Lemons out for the day here. You had a good car, like you got in a little ruckus there with Patty Rodback.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal was. He was driving like an idiot with everybody, and he cut across my nose 2 or 3 times there, and we finally just got together hard enough for when we hit, he went in the fence, and I went in the fence also.
So how bad? It didn't look it toward the car, but it messed the spindle and everything.
Yeah, it got all the lower right front suspension, so we out. You know, too much to fix for be 15, 20 laps down.